But let's kick things off, and I'm going to have Paulie do his Paulie's picks. Paulie, what were your two favorite sets from the evening this night?
Two favorite sets of the evening. We'll start off. First favorite set. Glad I had the list. Kyle Forsyth.
Really?
Yep.
What made him stand out?
Kyle came in and first of all, he doesn't usually like to do some of the open mics and all that.
Uh-huh.
And he came out and with the motivation of his wonderful fiance, he didn't think he was gonna have fun. He was like, it's one of those times where a guy comes to you and they're like, I'm only gonna do like 4 or 5 minutes and then I'm done, I'm out.
Yes.
And then he came on and he did like 8 minutes and literally all of it got laughs. And it was cool to see him have fun with it. And then, so for the fact that everything hit, that set. And then, of course, you won't let me pick my guy.
If it was pick the best set and not excluding Josh Adams, and every week we just Josh Adams had the best set. Like that's
I mean,
if we're being fair.
Yeah.
All right,
I feel like you got to set the bar somewhere, and that bar is Josh Adams.
Josh Adams is on your lineup. It's a pretty safe bet that he had the best set.
Yeah. So the next comedian that I'm going to go with for my next best set, she comes here every week, destroys it for like 15, 20 minutes. Leola Stafford, Puddin'.
Pudding. I love Pudding.
Puddin' destroys.
She's a good energy, man. She's just to have in the room. Because even when she's not on stage, she likes to just chill, watch, and just like be part of the show. You know, she's a good crowd member as well.
Oh, and not to mention, not only is she funny, but she'll also bring like 7 to 10 people to a show.
Oh yeah.
Broadcast her show, her portion of the show live. You know, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when Neway's mascot's here too. It always brightens up the room.
Oh yeah, give it up for Dave, everybody. Give it up for Dave.
Give it up for Dave. Hey Dave, would you like to be on camera for the people?
No, that's okay.
No?
It's okay. No, you can
Just
stay
for a
off
quick
camera.
second?
You can stay off camera. You can stay off camera.
All right.
Just keep your underwear on.
Yeah, that's good. Keep your underwear on this week. 2 weeks in a row. It's all right. We're very forgiving at New Wave. People fuck up, man. We overserve. No, just kidding.
I'm just thinking, anybody who's watching this, they're like, how real was that? And we're like, now when we talk about maybe you should wear some clothes.
Hey,
and I think that's where two guys.
It's strictly just for hypothermia purposes. I'm worried about your safety and health, because you just walk everywhere too, and it's 25 degrees outside, my man. We need to get you a nice perka.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you
months.
got some drama.
I took a low road today. But it was like it felt good to take it. You ever experienced that?
Taking a low road?
Taking a low road a little bit, like not like a major thing, but like something a little smaller, on the scale. But it was the low road nonetheless.
I gotta say that I've made mistakes in the past, but I've learned my lessons from people who have done the classy thing, and I see how
they're right next to you, sir. You don't have to yell. Fucking white people.
Oh, yeah. They're oblivious. But you know what? They are eating food and having drinks.
I'm sure. Looking at how he's barely staying in his seat, he's probably got about $100 bill right now.
You think you think it's a business meeting?
I think it was a business meeting, and it might have went well, and now he's too hammered, and they're probably going to be like, we can't do business with this guy in the morning. Which wouldn't be the first time I saw that anyway, either.
What a great business test.
If you get it's the New Way test, like we're going to take him to New Way. If he gets bombed, we know. You know what I mean? Don't sign anything.
We're gonna order food. He's gonna do shots.
Yeah. Let's see if I can enjoy this man when he's bombed. No, he's a douche. End contract. Now he paid attention.
He's like, oh, I lost the account.
Shit, they're right.
I lost the account.
It's the same guy, like every time.
Oh.
But okay, so yeah, I did. I back to the low road. See, we just insulted good patrons, but it is quiet in here.
But I felt like we did it good.
We did it good. It was safe. It was safe. It was fair. All right. All right. So I was at a show earlier. It was a little comedy contest and a little. I don't want to
You could promote it.
All right. I mean, it's like a. All right. If you want to get like on an early show, maybe you show up late. You're getting late on the list at New Way. You want to burn like an hour because it's perfect timing. Starts at 7. It's the cannabis shop right over here, Craft Cannabis Company. They run a mic every Monday. It's only until the end of the year, so it ends soon. So that'll be our highlight of mic. Yeah, we'll do that for highlight of mic. But they put on a good show, and it's a really nice place. It packs out, and it's a mic, but really it's a show, and it's a contest. Won that tonight, which felt good.
And what you
By the
win?
way, I won $150 in edibles and other weed assorted items. It was a big giant platter.
And he gave it away. He gave it away, everybody. He gave it away.
I did. I gave it away to a Guatemalan orphan with cerebral palsy.
That's, I mean, if there's anyone that deserves a gift.
Yeah,
really.
it's a guy that can barely walk and is shaped like a gumdrop.
Okay.
I love you, Ronnie.
Cheers. Oh, I thought we were mentioning your name. So.
Well, I mean, that one's fine.
You called out every distinctive characteristic about it.
If you can't
Guatemalan,
figure-
cerebral
They can also
palsy.
describe Cliff like that.
Oh,
like,
Shelby Township, by the way.
dark-skinned
is
Guatemalan.
salute.
All right. Okay, so like anybody that knows me like personally, like off the stage, I'm actually pretty supportive and like of other comics and like friendly dude for the most part. Like I'll crack jokes, don't get me wrong, but like
He's very upfront, and you
very
can appreciate
upfront.
that.
And you know what you get with me. And I saw a comic from out of town at this place. We were the first two there. And I was like, hey, what's going on? Hey, are you hitting multiple mics? Because I know he was from out of town. So when I'm out of town, I want to hit as many as possible. So he came over. I sent him a couple mics. It's a weed place, so you can smoke inside. Bought a couple joints. We're smoking. No big deal. A couple other comics, local guys show up. And then two more, the comic and like her husband show up and like come chill with us. And it's fine. And they know each other. The comic from earlier I was smoking with, you know what I mean?
Forgot the name?
I didn't want to say names for this one.
Okay.
All right, I want to keep it classy on this
Okay,
one because it could just, it's just I have a feeling it's just a one-off thing that happened, but it's like I don't care. I still took.
It's alright, we'll play it like it's the Hoffa investigation.
Yeah. Let's call him Patrick and her Stacy. Okay, so Patrick was the guy from out of town I was smoking with. Stacy's his friend that's also a comic that showed up to do comedy. All right.
They're not Detroit comics.
No, they're not Detroit comics. They're from out of town, far out of town. Okay, and they sit down and they know each other. And the lady goes, "Oh, well, he's like my biological son, and we're comics." I'm like, "Oh, you did a terrible job raising this kid, then." You know, that's a soft joke. You know, it's pretty lighthearted. You know, nothing harsh there.
And you said it to their face.
Yeah, right to their face. You know, and I didn't say he wasn't funny or anything like that. I just said, you did because anybody that raises a comic, you didn't do a great job raising your kid as a comic. Paulie's the exception. He has a great mother, but trauma happened before he was born.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
to put two fires in the background and
yeah. So she gets mad a little bit. Like it goes from like I thought it was like a joking moment to like it got real serious. She's just like, well, he's fucking funnier than you, basically, is what she said, and he's gonna do better than you. Tonight, watch that. I've never met this lady before in my life. I'm usually cool with the other guy, and then he gets real serious and starts name-dropping people he's opened for recently. And I'm just like, what just happened? And I just like play it off, because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get confrontational before a show right now, you know what I mean? I'm like, believe it or not. And so I'm just like, you know what? Whatever.
And then you still got to go up and do comedy.
Still got to go up and do comedy.
Did he already go up and do stand-up?
No, he hadn't gone up yet.
Okay.
Okay?
So it's going to go you and then him?
She goes up.
Okay. Oh, she's a performer too.
She's a comic too. She's also from way out of town. She has a good set, nothing crazy, but a good set, Didn't bomb or anything.
Okay.
A couple people go by. He goes up. Now, remind you, he's supposed to do better than me, which is stupid to just say in general to people. It was weird because it wasn't like the kind of moment where that was happening. Where it was like it escalated really quickly for some reason. It was really confusing. So he goes up and eats it.
Ooh.
Like he doesn't have a full out bomb. He gets last, but it's just not it's not a strong set. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He comes off the stage and sits down. This show is trash. This mic is trash.
Takes that kind of attitude.
And then me, Ronnie's there with me, Rohrbeck, and he's about to go up, and me and another comic are talking like, hey, Ronnie's been on fire lately, This is set up good for him. I think he's going to kill,
Right.
He's been doing great. Patrick gets mad and says, oh, it's nice to know you Detroit comics bring it for a bullshit weed show.
Nice to know you're dropping names now. Caught ya!
What'd I say?
Patrick.
Well, yeah, that's the fake name we gave him, dork. Patrick and Stacy are the fake names. You almost, I almost for a second, it was like, oh shit, did I say a name?
Obviously, I blew it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Try to
no
trip me
names
up,
have
Paul.
been revealed yet. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then he just like, he's like angry, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then he just, mind you, I've sent him some links for some mics in the area. You know, I let him know, hey, if you need any help, like knowing where to go for it, you know, you can get 4 mics on Mondays in Detroit right now. Okay?
Yep.
He just gets up, pissed off, and just leaves and doesn't say bye to anybody or come back. Leaves. Like, it's like...
He did an Irish goodbye?
Yeah, he just did a fuck you goodbye. And it was just like...
So rude.
Like, I'm saying it's a one-off because usually we're pretty chill with each other, so maybe he was just having a bad fucking day. And, alright, here's where I took the low road, though, right? They announced the winner. It's me. I'm surprised. And I'm sitting right next to the chick, and I go, woo! Guess he's not funnier than me today after all, and just walked right by her. She looked at the ground and just turned red. And I just dude, it was such like an old lady level of pettiness, but I don't care. It felt so good in that moment. Just to be like, fuck you. You're coming in to like a local scene and you're just gonna be an ass like that.
The comedy battlegrounds.
Oh, fuck you.
Wow.
So yeah, I took the low road there. It was a little petty, but it felt great. It felt great. I feel justified in it.
Well, if you end up winning the, you know, I knew you won it and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, that's a weird thing when another comic talks, whatever.
Just because it was also out of context. It's one thing if you're going into like a good trashing conversation or like, you know what I mean? But it's like, it was just so, it just escalated so quickly, which was weird. That's what was really weird about it. But again, I'm going to say this was probably a one-off. It's not like I'm thinking this is a bad guy or anything.
So, are you guys cool now?
I mean, I didn't even know we had beef. You know what I mean? I think he's just mad overall at the whole situation. Like, you guys talked smack, came in all confident, you ate one. The local guy you probably think's a douchebag won. Like, it's not a good night.
Was he with his girlfriend or his mom?
No, he wasn't with anybody. He was by himself.
Oh, okay.
The chick that showed up's like a comic he knows from out of town. They were both in town the same night, so they went to the same show and performed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, she was super cool and respectful. We like shook hands when she left and all that stuff. But yeah.
Shows you how good I pay attention to stories. Look at how attentive.
Thank you, by the way. Do you guys have any good gossip you want to share? Anything going on in your lives you want to spill out?
Is this gossip good, or do you need what kind of gossip?
Yeah, what kind of gossip do you need down there to
Does
get
it need
interested?
to be work related? Does
we got 3 chairs right here. Come on up and join the show.
One question: what the fuck is this? What was that?
That's the New Way's mascot. We call him Crank Gallagher.
And
because it's definitely a lot more than booze damaged that guy.
Hey,
right?
I grew up in, I don't say a very strict family, but like it took me a long time to be like, is this a costume? What's going on? And the first thing everybody always says is, no, he's safe. Like, okay.
Oh, okay. Let's talk a show to check out this week if you want to see some comedy. Tomorrow night, Detroit to LA.
Detroit to LA, Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle.
In Royal Oak. That is
Amazing
an
lineup.
extremely stacked lineup. Actually, can you pull it up, Paulie, while I tell the crowd where they can see it? So Detroit to LA for you in the crowd and anybody watching. This is a show, a contest that Mark Ridley's puts on that runs throughout the year, and essentially comedians compete and they go through a few rounds, and whoever gets crowned champion, they fly to LA and book them on some cool stuff out at some LA, like legitimate LA comedy clubs. So it's a pretty cool like opportunity for like a young mid-level comic to achieve. But tomorrow is the first round of the semifinals, and I don't know who makes their brackets, but they fucked up this one because it's stacked. Like there's 10 contestants, 5 go through to the next round, and there's 9 killers on it. You know, there's 8 murderers on there that are like possibly the next guys to.
They're not. They won't actually murder people.
They would with laughter. Like you would laugh so hard if you had a knife, you'd accidentally stab somebody standing next to you.
They're
murder.
They're potentially Peter Pan's funny, and they're all gonna be on one show.
Well, they're not gonna be like Peter Pan, but I don't know what that meant.
No. Peter Pan's not Peter Pan.
Pan's funny. Yeah.
Peter Pan funny. Like
I'd rather be murdered than pee my
that?
pants in public if I'm being honest.
Is this thing, was that like Never Neverland? Okay, so tomorrow, week 13, the final lineup for Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle, Detroit to LA. The MC, Shelby Lane. Then Nick Kelly.
Yep.
Ellie Schneider.
Killer.
Brandy Alexander. Tyler Alexander. Seen him last week and he absolutely
Is he? I haven't seen either of those Alexanders yet.
Yeah, Tyler Neeson.
Tyler Neeson is
Neeson.
hot, coming fresh back from another peyote excursion.
Yep. Eric Lautz. Robert Horton.
Another good one.
Josiah Jones.
Josiah brings the heat every time.
Josiah was in my round. I lost to Josiah Jones.
Yeah, Josiah brought the heat that day.
Yep. So it's funny. It's kind of like he's the guy that won in my division. So I'm kind of like, well,
I just know
if I lost to this guy.
I'm pretty sure I know what the next 4 names are, or 3 names, and I'm like, this is where it gets even heavier.
Amanda Dalka. I believe I said that right. Dalka. Trevor Tress.
Trevor Tress is hilarious out of Lansing.
Matt Yari.
Matt Yari is up and coming. He's a dark horse, I think. He's going to get that 5th spot.
That's funny that you would say dark horse because your next comedian in tomorrow's
Chap,
lineup
right?
is Noah
Noah
Chap.
fucking Chap, yeah.
Yep.
Like, there's so many people in that lineup.
Noah.
There's 3 people that have no
local
chance.
favorite.
There's 3 people that probably have no chance, if that, or 2. But there's just
Names we don't know.
yeah. There's a couple names I'm not aware of, but Paul
Well-
said they're good. So you know what? Hey,
Okay.
There's what I'm saying basically is there's going to be people going.
There's
over
one
upset.
comedian left. There's one comedian
there's
left.
one more left.
There's one comedian left before the closer, and the next comedian that's on this lineup is, I believe, a seasoned comedian who's been doing stand-up for at least 10, 15 years. Jim McGowan. like, I'm pretty sure he stands a pretty good chance in that bracket.
So,
and then
wait,
to
wait,
close
wait,
out
wait.
the show, they're going to have
This
T-Bar.
guy's been doing comedy for 15 years. He's an amateur.
I mean, hey,
Detroit
you
to
know
LA.
what? It's Detroit to LA.
Things haven't been
It's-
going good, huh? In 15.
Hey,
I'm kidding. He's probably hilarious. I've never seen him. I'm just busting balls, but I've never seen him perform. So he's probably a killer.
it is some busting balls for some that you never see.
It is. It is.
Because I know comedians like Drew Freilich, whoever, who like, anytime I mention his name, people are like, I don't know, I never heard of him, and I'm like, well, yeah, like that's like the way I see him write jokes is the way that I think I should write jokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before we close it out here and wrap up week 2 of the New Way wrap up, anything exciting happen outside of comedy at New Way tonight? I'm bouncing around mics, so I don't get to hang around and catch
Did
all the.
anything exciting happen here? You seen 2 of the most exciting people. Oh, there was a reunion
Here we
of
go.
sorts.
Here we go.
There was a reunion of sorts. So Dan and myself know something specifically about 3 people,
Oh.
and 2 of those people were here tonight. I'm sorry.
Paul just spit right on my arm. It was like a
Guess
perfect
who's
spit
got
bubble.
the delta?
Arms.
Guess who's got the
Right.
delta?
It's got the fucking Mediterranean variant.
He'll be dead in 36 hours.
Yeah, it'll be untraceable Sicilian COVID.
We'll bury him in the parking lot of Don Diamos. But yes. What were we saying?
Oh shit.
Cliff, what did I just say?
Oh, something. A reunion of 2 out of 3 comics.
We don't have to say that they're even comedians. Just there's 2
okay.
of the 3 people.
2 and 3 people.
Know.
There was an illustrious affair.
They were reunited tonight, and I don't. You know what? Dude, sometimes people got so much going on, but you would appreciate.
I appreciate just seeing a good toxic relationship start to form again. You know what I mean? You know, like you see it, you're just like, man, this ended badly twice already. How bad's the 3rd time gonna end? You know, what's gonna be the final breakup? Who's getting arrested? That's where somebody's getting 90 days. That's all I'm saying. That's the only way this happens. It'll be healthy for both of them.
But they're so good looking and passionate together.
Oh
you know?
yeah, they're adorable.
They're just incredibly. Well, no, are they both toxic or just one of them?
I think one of them is definitely more toxic than the other, but
I think
hides
one-
it well.
Once.
So people don't realize that one of those people's kind of like a toxic crusader. Yeah, that's an 80s reference.
I think one's toxic and one's an enabler.
Yeah, one
That
likes
is the
it.
key, and that is really the key to any relationship. Like,
Well, wait,
really,
well, a
if
toxic
you
person's always good at sex. That's the thing.
have-
That's why. That's the only reason anybody stays with a toxic person is because they fuck the best.
Yes.
If they didn't have good fucking, they wouldn't be toxic. They'd have to learn how to be a good human being, right? Toxic people have the best sex.
gotta work on your anger and
You
shit.
ever had some toxic dick? No, I'm just-
I wouldn't know anything about that. I have nice, healthy relationships.
yeah, yeah,
Same, I feel that.
yeah. You feel that?
Relationship.
You two are together? How long have you been together?
Just like 3 months.
You guys are not in a relationship.
Oh,
yet.
3-month relationship.
Yeah, that's a fucking adorable.
You guys are
You
gonna
probably haven't
make
even
it.
farted in his face yet.
You're gonna make it.
Yeah, you probably still leave the room like, oh, I don't fart. No. Yeah, I've been with the same woman for 10 years. All right, I shit with the door open. Okay.
I like that.
You won't like that when you smell it. Everything sounds good in your head because you don't have
That's
smells.
the best part about a relationship, though, is those first
Yeah,
like
the
3 months and all that.
First
Yeah.
3 months.
You know-
How'd you guys meet?
I've noticed since like 6th grade, and then we just got together randomly.
How old were you when she was in 6th grade?
We're the same age.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
An appropriate
You know,
relationship, appropriate.
Yeah, sometimes like I was 18, she was 12. I waited till she was 18. Though it's like that's still fucking creepy as shit. All right, you waited the whole time, R. Kelly.
He grew up in Port Huron, by
I
the
grew up
way.
in Port Huron. Happens all the
So,
time.
like, that might have been an issue.
Yeah,
Now it makes sense.
yeah. Because Ferndale's known for being so classy.
I didn't grow up in Port
Did you see the mascot earlier? Yeah, try sleeping tonight. Hey, next time you're going down on her, picture that guy's cleavage. That's what you gotta. Yeah, that's gonna pop in your head.
He's a fucking problem.
He's all right, you know. He doesn't harm anybody except for
My mental state.
I'm just glad that I think the gun system does work in this country because that guy would have definitely mowed something down by now.
What guy? What are we talking about?
The Crank Gallagher.
Oh!
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
Like you can't walk into a gun store dressed like that guy. Nobody's gonna sell you a gun. You know what I mean? You can even buy a gun on the street dressed like that. The guy's like, no, this guy's gonna shoot me as soon as I sell him the gun. Are you kidding me? All right.
there's some people that live in the streets and there's some people that live in the woods.
Yeah, that guy should live in like a hole. Like a cave hole. It's got good air and a stream that goes through it, so he never, ever, ever has to leave the cave. Ever.
Like 6 foot down.
Yeah, like 16 feet down, actually. It's like those things in the horror movie with those cave women.
Gallagher.
Yeah. All right. Closing thoughts, Paul?
Gallagher's still alive, right? Is Gallagher still alive?
Yeah. You know what's funny? A lot of people don't know this Gallagher, the watermelon smashing comic from like the 80s. He actually had like deep political, like intelligent comedy, but everybody only remembers him for the closing bit of smashing watermelons.
Oh, yeah. I guess if you got a thing.
He was one of the geniuses too.
Didn't he sell his act to his brother?
No, his brother stole the act from him. All right, so he retired. His brother became Gallagher too, but then Gallagher didn't want to retire anymore and had to go to court for it.
Oh, man.
I know an unhealthy amount about Gallagher.
Yeah, I sadly did not know enough about Gallagher.
Yeah.
Spent all my time.
He's the first comic that realized that not every back in like the 80s, Showtime like in cable wasn't available nationwide, so Showtime was only available in certain states and cities, right? So he found that out and realized that, okay, my specials are only being watched in these locations, so I'm only going to book shows in those cities. And he was selling out like giant theaters because he figured that out first. He's the first one to figure that out. So he's actually not a dumb person by any means.
Never said it was dumb.
I'm just saying, some people do. All right, I'm Daniel Grinnell.
I'm Paul Pepitone. Oh, wait. Yeah, we already plugged. We plugged Mark Please Comedy Castle.
Yep.